All right. It's going live, going live. All right. So let's go live. Um, gonna talk today about branding a little bit. From what I know, you know, just give it a little bit from what I know on branding, how I've been able to stay in the game. I truly believe that that branding comes from all that you do. Um, I wouldn't say that I'm a master at branding. I think I'm just going out there getting some business, man. But I definitely know a little bit about being able to be in somebody's face, and we want to talk a little bit about what I know about branding and how it works out for what you may have going on. All right, I'm giving people a couple of minutes to get in. Uh, I know I need to be. I'm being consistent at doing this. I know I am getting people coming back each week, and I thank y'all. So giving people time to say, all right, he's on. Let me say, and man, just a couple of people going on. Get this stuff together. Man, I had a really good live last time with my guy Michael on here. I got a lot of good reviews on hiring, man. A lot of people came back, talked about the hiring process and that he dropped some gems. So I definitely look forward to having somebody on this month. I think I'm gonna bring somebody on each month just to talk business and just to see if their input on it. Because I believe everybody inside of business have something that they are magnificent at. Somebody is better than me in certain things, man. I'm not one of those people that don't or afraid to say people are better than me. You get around people that they don't want you to say that you're better than them, or they have a complex with saying that you're better than them, or they're better than you, or somebody is better than them. You know what I mean? And those type of people hold you back because, man, I look for people to be better than me in certain areas. I learned a lot about the hiring process. I actually put some automations in on my own to start my hiring process to after last week. So that was amazing for me to actually be in to get a life changing mentality right there on live for me. So I get more of why I want to do this more, because it's not even about me just giving out. It's people that I bring on or that ask me. He asked me to come on, right? Like I didn't even think I had enough big enough platform, but you always have something bigger than somebody else. So keep remembering that. But what I mean to say is, man, bringing people on and talking to other people and wanting to impact other people or pour into other people, it's allowing people to pour into me, man. And it's amazing. It's so amazing to see just some of the ideals that people have. Don't mind, that's my grandbaby in the background. I'm doing granddaddy duties today. And but I wanted to get on my live, man. I wanted to make sure that I stayed on it. So however long she's okay, we're gonna keep this thing going. So I'm gonna jump right on into it. We're gonna get on into the brand aspect of building it. When I was in my franchise, I used to remember he used to always say, "Protect the brand, man. Protect the brand. Protect the brand." And at that point in time, I was doing everything, man. I didn't understand how you could not protect the brand because I was doing it all. So he always said, "Protect the brand, protect the brand." And I'll tell you a story, man, as we stay on to it. Again, there's my grandbaby in the back, though. She back in the back, so we're gonna see how long we got this going. But let me get in this. So, where was I? Oh, I'm talking about the brand. All right. So he always talked about, man, protect the brand, protect the brand, protect the brand. And I'm in there doing all the work, right? So I'm doing what I need to do. So I'm protecting my company. I'm not even thinking about a brand. I'm building my company. So I'm not thinking nothing about the brand. If you stay on to the end and we go through this story, I'm gonna show you how this actually makes a lot more sense as you continue to grow, right? So I'm building the company and I'm going into it, man. And he's saying protect the brand. And no matter what happens, when I get to my franchise, he said, man, you got to make sure you protect the brand. Put on your shirts. You got to protect the brand. When you're coming out the building, you protect the brand, right? So he always said that, right? And again, since I'm doing it all, I'm not thinking nothing about what protect the brand mean. I'm growing my company. I'm making sure I inspect behind myself. I'm doing all the stuff that I need to do as a business owner, wearing multiple hats and don't have nobody that really want to step in. You know what I mean? And so I'm doing that. So as I start to fast forward, as I start to get away from them, get away from my franchise and build my own personal company or my own personal brand, right? For Ascent, right? I started to put people in positions, right? And so as I'm building the company and I'm putting people in positions, you'll get to finding that people will think they're doing something for you, right? And so you have to, well, I found out later on down the road that people would do more for the brand than they will do for you in the company. I tell you more about that story as I get going on, but just remember, people would do more for the brand than they would do for you in your company. And again, that's a powerful message that I learned because uh let's just talk about branding for a minute. Let's just talk about branding for a minute. Let's back it on down. All right, so I want to tell you one thing why I think it's so important to have a brand. Now, it's very important because so branding is what you receive or what you feel from a company. It's what you can show up to expect from a company. You know, when you're talking about having a good brand, or when you're talking about being the brand, or you talking about opening up a fresh pack of coffee and you smell that brand, you know, that brand kind of resembles something. So a brand to me makes sure you can trust it, right? You want to be trust. It wants to be durable. It wants to be something that people can count on, right? You wouldn't never get you a shirt, one of your favorite shirts, or one of your favorite pair of shoes, right? You wouldn't want to get a brand and they tear up easy, right? So you want a brand that's gonna actually be around for a while. And no, Levi's is around for a while. They go out, come back, but they're a good brand. You know what I mean? Coca-Cola been around for ages, right? They are a good brand. All right, so branding is more for about learning how to stay around and how to make sure that you are inside the no, your company is inside the minds of the other people, right? So going back to the story of how the franchise always told me to protect the brand, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm in the business, I'm doing what I got to do, and I'm putting on my Jam Preezes. I'm putting on my Jam Pro shirt at the time. My Jam Preezes, they blue. I wore them day in and day out, right? Because that's all I did was building my company. Some of the people that I'm knowing building their business, they want to get out their work shirt. I never understand that I'm building a vision and they want to get out their work shirt. I was in another company's brand and I wouldn't get out the shirt because that was paying my bills. I remember times that I see other entrepreneurs, they get their work logo on and they want to turn the shirt off and say, man, I'm out for work now. But it's your company. Like it's your livelihood. That's gonna be a part of your life. Like I wear my shirt sometimes at Cigar Lounge and other places because I'm proud of the brand that I'm building, right? So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. But uh one of the key components about building a brand to me is about communication, positioning, and also making sure that again it's trustworthy. So you want to communicate what the brand means to the person. Now again, when I was starting with my Jam Pro, I was the person that's in the building and I was in there. I knew that I was communicating. When I had a problem, I showed up, right? Fast forward to when I was building my own company, I'm doing this thing again. I was doing the same thing. But then I started putting people in place and I realized you need a system that actually protects the brand for you. All right. So now I'm putting people in place and I'm needing to see how to get them motivated. I'm wanting to know why do some other people are motivated and some people are not. All right. Why are some people going this way and some people just no matter what you say, they're gonna go their own way, right? I didn't realize it until later on as I started to hold in my company meetings once a week and I started to step out of the meetings then. So I was in the meetings and then I stepped out of the meetings and I allowed the meeting to handle without me. And then I found out something very spectacular in doing that. All right. Grandbaby in the back. I hope y'all can still hear me. But I want to tell more about what I got in it as we go on down to the live. But it's a major story that I got by stepping in the meeting, holding the meetings, having my VAs run the meetings, take the notes and all that, and then stepping out of the meeting and being able to control the meetings from behind. I learned how to motivate my team a lot better. All right. So let's go down to the briefly. All right. So building your brand identity. What is the brand identity? What do you look like? So me, as I was building my identity, I wanted to put the spirit of God in it. I'm not gonna lie. The spirit of God, ascension, purple, gold. I wanted to put a spirit that I knew were gonna win. I'm feeling it's going to win. So let me put the spirit in there. My identity is who my identity is in. And I want to put what my identity is in what I was doing. Okay. So that built my brand. That started it. That's the figure and power of the brand for me. The mindset that goes into it, right? The spirit that you put into the brand is where the brand started for me. All right. For me, just for me. All right. So that was important. And then the positioning of the brand. How do you want to make sure it's positioned in your niche, in your market? I'm gonna tell you what I did when I first started. I was doing it all. I was carpet cleaning, pressure washing, house cleaning, upholstery cleaning, VCT floor waxing, kitchen cleaning, vent hood cleaning it over the kitchen. I'm cleaning your ceiling if you need it cleaned at the time, because I didn't have a niche. I didn't know what I was doing. A lot of times we get business owners in here and they say, "I don't want to do that. I don't do that. I don't do that." My thing is, how do you know what your market is going to call for you? How do you know what's in your market and what it's going to call you for? Right? Say, for instance, you want to do commercial, but you're in a market that commercial buildings are not coming in. Do you not make money and miss the residential? What if the residential is popping in your community and you just like to make money? You a business owner. You like cleaning. You like making money. So now you figure out, hey, let me get this residential going. I start making this money here, and then I switched over to commercial now because I done figured some things out. Right. So you want to have an identity of where you want to go. Right. Again, I started with a little bit of everything. Now I'm pretty much stop doing everything and doing what I like to do in the company because of another reason. It wasn't because I didn't want the money. It's because I like strategic partners. Now, when we get farther on talking about marketing, and I take people around, right? When we talk about marketing and how you start bringing leads into your company, don't forget strategic partners. And strategic partners are those people that's aligning with you in your business or your niche, but do not do the exact same thing. You may find a person that cut grass. You may find a painter. You might find somebody else that's in your niche that, hey, you can kind of get the numbers to. And then if you got somebody in one of your move in and move out cleans that need painting, you hit him up and it goes back and forth. But let's go back to the brand. All right. But building that brand, right? You want to make sure you define your identity. Where are you going? What are you doing? I knew after I pivoted to Airbnbs and I went to move in and move out cleans and I did some apartment cleans, I realized, you know what? I'm gonna stick to this commercial, man. I don't like doing residentials because what you walk up into, you never know. The move in and move out cleans are okay when I started off doing it for myself because I needed to get some quick money and I was ready to take whatever. So I'm jumping in the move out and move out cleans. But as I started to scale up, the move in and move out clean brought a problem onto my hands because I couldn't staff them because I don't know when they're coming. So I wanted to be able to have some steady people, right? So my identity in my cleaning company comes from the issues that I was having from going through other avenues to figure this thing out. All right. So my brand identity now is commercial cleaning, and we do floor care, and we do move in and move out cleans on the residential side for realtors and property managers like that. That we do that. But apartment complexes, if you have amenities, we can take care of that as well. But move in and move out cleans, we got somebody that can do it. All right. But a strategic partner, right? A strategic partner. Hold up. Let me make sure my grandbaby's okay. All right. Y'all just give me a minute. I'm gonna get on in here now. I'm gonna get on in here. Let me make sure she all right. She sound like she has that stage that she's starting to make a lot of noise and she starts, so you don't know if she's crying or she having a good time. I mean, I'm enjoying that part though, because I'm not gonna get too much. Let's get back on the branding. All right. So what we want to do, first of all, let's craft our brand message. Okay. So what does your brand say to the people out there? What are you saying? For me, my brand was going to say Ascent. You starting here, you going up. Regardless, Ascent Cleaning Solutions, we coming to take you to the next level. And mindset, cleanliness, fact, whatever it is, I'm going to step in and take it to the next level because that's what I do. That's me. So I put my brand, who I am, stamped it with God first into this company. And that's where my identity comes from. My identity is in me. Really believe that. All right. And so I say that gracefully and I say that boldly because that's where I come from. That's what I put it in. That's what I put into my brand. All right. So you want to have something that kind of builds or kind of feels that, right? That makes that known. So some of us say, man, we're looking for logos. Man, I can't get my stuff started till I get a logo. I can't get my stuff started till I get a logo. Well, I didn't get my stuff started till I got a logo. You know what I mean? I hear people say, you don't need a logo. You know, okay, you don't need one. But if you said you can't get your stuff started to a logo, what you think you're going to do? You said it already. I can't get it started till I get a logo. So in your mind, you already said you're not going to do it. So who am I to say, man, you can do it? No, what we're going to figure out is how to get you a logo that sits where you want to go and get you going to the next stage. Let's get that. If that's not the hurdle. Because man, I'm telling you, a lot of times people, well, I ain't gonna lie. People do remember my logo when I have it on my shirt and I walk in and they look at it. They be like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. I remember that." So the people do remember that. But you hear people tell you that it's not important and all that, and I get it. To make money, you want to make money. You don't need that, right? But I'm gonna tell you the truth. You want to have that brand identity into that logo. See my logo right here. Oh, where is that? It's on that side. All right. So for me, It was the triangle. Because see, that triangle was a symbol of power, right? It said that power, right? It said power. So the triangle for me is symbol power. Not until I knew about tetrahedron, and I know that know what that is. That's a triangle and has that fourth side. It's like what the pyramids are made of. You got the triangle, and then you got that other side on the side. But anyway, not gonna get into to that right here. But what I'm saying is that triangle was a symbol of power for me. Spirit of God, ascent, cleaning solution, ascent. We start here, we going up, we taking ourselves on ascension. However, you know ascension to be, you know what it is. All right, so that's in there. That poor purple and gold, that royal purple, that royalty, okay, and gold, that steel, that solid gold. All right, that's in there. And then that vigor that I put in. So hey, that's brand built. You know what I mean? Brand tough forward, right? See, that's what they say. But anyway, so that's just for me, man. I'm just giving some of the stuff of how I position myself. Now, you might not be that passionate about it. You might not, but I'm gonna tell you something. When I got my logo for Wishing Ain't Doing Enough, I created the logo, right? I didn't want to create, let's see if I can pull it up. I didn't want to create my W to see if I can pull it up. That's in the corner right there. To have too many, it's too thin, right? It's too thin. I want some thickness to my W, right? Because I wanted to have the logo feeling like, feel me. You feel me? So all of that matters to me. Now, it might not matter to everybody. Hold up. I'm going to check on her real quick, but I'll be back. I'm going to jump in a second too. Let me check on her. Baby. All right, let's get back into this. Let's get on back into this. All right, so we positioning your brand in the market. So let's get back to positioning. All right, now, we're going to talk about moving into the market after you figure out where you're going. Yeah, you done your pressure washing, you done your deck cleaning, you done your sidewalk scraping, you done your outside picking up, your post construction, you done claimed out on top of the house and got the clean gutters and everything. Now you realize, you know what? I ain't gonna do no more gutters. It's too hot up there, man. Now you start to put yourself in position. You start to pull your brand in position, and then you start to build up traction because people know that you do the job. So I'm starting to get a lot of people that know my name from networking events. Your brand is also built by going around people and people seeing your brand. Don't be scared to put on them shirts. Don't be scared to spend a little what about you got to get shirts sometime built in bulk. So you might have to spend about, if you got teammates, you might spend about 250, 300, depending on how many. I just spend about 600 just to get some shirts, to give them away. I start charging people when they come to work with me now. Hey, you get a shirt, it's $20 because I need to get mine back. I got to protect the brand. Nah, man, but seriously, you had to position yourself where you want to go and how you want to make sure it's going. Let me see. I got a comment up here real quick. Answer my comments just to see if I got something going on. Let me see. Billy McPherson Jr. I'm just checking. I'm checking in. Mr. Wishing ain't doing enough. My guy, Mr. Wishing ain't doing enough. You know it. We got to get out here and get it, man. Wishing ain't doing enough, man. Hey, we got to get out here and get it, man. A lot of time people wish for it. They wish they could do something. I wish I had a better job. Or I wish I could leave my job. I wish I could do this. I want to travel when I get older. I wish I wouldn't. Nah, wishing ain't doing enough, man. We got to get out there and get it, man. The way the world is right now, man, technology and how you can leverage people around the world and you can leverage people's mindset. You can tap in and see many people in Africa, Asia, just by tapping in. Come on, man. You got to put it in. You got to give your time up. But let's talk about building the brand, all right? Thank you for checking in, Billy. All right. So now, something that I did not like. In my notes right here, it says the USP. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We talk about building a brand, and they got these jargons when you get into business, the USP, the SWOT, and I didn't like none of them. I didn't like the USP because I didn't know what my USP was. Unique selling proposition. What am I unique about? Man, I'm clean and I'm doing me. A lot of times we don't even know what we're unique about. Well, I mean, we don't know what's unique about us. I'm gonna tell you something. Something unique is you showing up on time. Man, we the cleaners that show up on time. That's your USP. See, I didn't know that when I first started. See, I'm like, man, I'm thinking, man, it has to be, man, let me maneuver the technology. I'm clean and I'm showing up. But wait a minute. We got technology that connects straight to our clients.
That's our USP. We got straight, we connect straight to the client when the client have an issue, straight to me or the other person on top. It's not even in the same channel with the cleaners. So we got straight, and not only have to wait for the text messages. So if you or a client want to know, hey, you want to get straight to the person, you feel like your cleaning company is not taking the situations to heart, hey, our unique seller proposition, we got an app that, hey, you can hear straight to the owners at any time. Boom. You see what I mean? So that's when you're building your brand. Now, what I have not been doing is building my brand around my unique selling proposition. See, I love doing this because I ran away from it and I eventually didn't do what I needed to do with it. Come on, man. I'm telling the truth because I just not found something now that I'm going to put in today. I'm about to put in and sell my unique selling proposition about doing this with the clients. Why am I not putting that in my proposals? Why am I not putting that on my thing? We have a connect straight to the client. Why am I not using that as building my brand? It shows and builds trust. Come on, man. I'm going to do that. Now, what is your unique selling proposition that you can put with your brand? How are you building that? Are y'all neat? Do you show up on time? Or are you the brand that follows up? We follow up, man. If you haven't had a cleaning company that follows up, we your team. We follows up. Our brand, we follow up. You know what I mean? So what is your unique selling proposition that you want to do to build your brand? Now, another thing that I didn't like doing is analyzing my competitors. Now, that's something that I did not want to do because I want to focus on me. I'm not focusing on the competitors or what they doing. I'm just focusing on what I got to do and where I got to go. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something, man. A lot of times we listen to these people that tell us to do these things and we're not in a place to actually do them yet. And we don't understand why. Right now, analyzing the competitors from where I was, I didn't have time to analyze no competitors. I got to make money today. I'm not analyzing nothing but analyzing how much money coming in. I need to go get the bread. And so that's what I'm analyzing. I'm going to analyze how I'm going to make his next move. If I get this person in this building and I could get them out in an efficient amount of time, I don't really have to pay them because I'm already getting short paid for my franchise and I got to put somebody in this building. So you talk about analyzing the market when I'm trying to figure out how to analyze and get these numbers right to get these people in this building. We can't, I'm not analyzing no competition. But now I can sit back and I can run numbers on competition, see what they charge. All right. But again, you got to understand that now that helps you build your brand because you know what they're going. Are you going to be the most expensive person or are you going to be the cheapest? I work with a client right now, one of my W.A.D.E global clients, and he's one of the most expensive cleaners I know. But he closed some deals. He said, man, Wade, I don't have to close them all. I just want to close a few of them. When I get in there and work, I know I'm going to make it work. Now, again, he's doing the work again, and there's a lot of different structures in his company to where mine don't run that way. But I learned something from him, right? I learned that, hey, when he get in there and work, he going to make some money. So guess what? When I got some work for him, I give it to him. I don't do what he do. We do two different things. Hey, man, hey, you're going to get in there, and guess what he do when he get it? He going to get in there and he make some money. He just sent me a job. Boy, was it? I made $2,500 about 2 weeks ago, right? He just sent me the job. He don't do what I do. He just does he does windows, right? And he does his windows very well. And so he puts a premium on his price. Again, that's not the way, that's not my brand. My brand is a little different. I got a premium service with a premium price, but it's in the middle. It kind of, it's not as high as he is. That's all I'm saying. But again, I'm not doing all the work either. He is. So he has to make his revenue, he has to make his numbers make sense for him. So I get it, right? All right, but that's about analyzing your competitors and something. I just breathe through that because I'm not gonna sugarcoat and try to play as something that I do that I don't do that I haven't done. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't have time to do it. I didn't think about doing it, and I didn't know why I was supposed to do it when they told me I should have done it. That's what I'm gonna tell you. All right, now communicating your brand. All right, so communicating your brand is developing a brand voice. What voice does your brand have? Now, this is going to go very, 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 very well now in the age that we have the technology coming out with AI and all of that, where people are going to lose their voice. Right? Those that follow me know I'm a big component of using AI in the companies, and we W.A.D.E Global use AI and things like that. But what I'm saying here today is the brand identity and the number and the essence of what you sound like. What is your passion? How do you feel? You notice how I go in and I come to you. Does your brand lose that? Does the brand have me? I have to tell my VAs, hold up, wait a minute. That needs to have me in it. That doesn't have me in it. I do not want it. I want me in what I do. Okay. So how is your brand recognizing? How are you going across brand? Are you leveraging digital marketing, right? Are you leveraging some of the things that you have around you to actually build your brand? Or are you just saying, hey, I don't have the resources to build a brand? People don't know you, or you, well, hold up. Do people know you, or are you just out here? See, me, I'm gonna be honest, I'm just out here. I've been making some money, but I'm just out here. And the reason why I know I'm out here is because I haven't been pushing my cleaning company. I've been pushing my other companies. I've been working on other things. I've been laying down the structure. I wasn't ready to push the cleaning company. If you know who I am, if you know where I come from, I'm from cleaning the real estate in a matter of years. I went from cleaning the company to building another company and going into the funneling my money in the real estate. So my whole structure was laying the foundation. It wasn't in taking the foundation and building it up, right? I tell my people that I'll be working with, I say, man, depending on how high you plan on building your structure, is how much time you spend on your foundation. A house, 2-story or 3-story, has a different foundation than a skyscraper. So for me, I had to build time on the foundation. See, my plan goes, I got 3 kids, 3 LLCs, and I wanted to give each one of them a legacy to be building on. But I had to also know what they like and how they can work inside of the company, right? One of my guys is a more just, hey, go get it. One of mine is an analytical guy, and my last guy, he just really like to test stuff up. So as I like to see him, my last guy in real estate, demolition guy, he said, man, I like to do that. That seemed like I like to do it. He tear down the house. He loved it, right? I seen him when he was younger. He tore up my Xbox. I was mad when he tore up my Xbox. But as I started to analyze him, he tore up a lot of things over his life. Did that make him destructive? Maybe. But can we use that destruction to make money? Yes, sir. So now I showed him some ways he can be destructive as a 17-year-old, and he felt that he might like doing that. And this was something that I seen as a child. All right. And so my middle son, again, I'm just to break it on down. He's an analytical guy. He's got the analytical side of me. This is where W.A.D.E Global come in, the way I'm behind the scenes with the VAs. He's more that type of me. So he's not going to go in the cleaning business. He hate cleaning. He's not going to do it. But I still wanted them to work together. And my son that's running the cleaning company, he's not analytical. He's smart, but he's smart in his own way. He got more of the street side in me. You know what I mean? A little older. So putting them all together was my first thing, and making sure I could get them all working together and growing as a father. So that was my first thing. Now let me get back to building this brand, because the reason why I told you that is because I know that I have not been pushing my cleaning brand like I'm supposed to. I know that. I've been studying how to do it. I've been studying when to do it, what I need to do it. People around me, they'll say, man, Wade, you got all this going, and you're not doing this, you're not doing that. Dude, I had to build the structure first. I had to build the structure first. See, a lot of times, some of us are like them little pigs, and they just throwing the house up real quick. They throwing the one up real quick. They throwing the one up real quick instead of building it with some structure, right? To where that it could kind of sway the economic turn. Like, one of my businesses went down and another one held me through when the economic turn went through, right? And I'm just fresh into doing this, right? I'm not been doing this many years. I just came from a tumultuous situation, so I started fresh. You know what I mean? And I just took off running. But let's go with the building the brand loyalty. Now I'm gonna say something. One of the things, and I haven't forgot my story that I'm gonna talk about the brand, right? But loyalty comes in good because it talks about value. Now, as I was telling you, those that's been watching the whole time, I was telling you that when I was in the franchise company, I was building it in the company. I started my cleaning company independent of my franchise company, but my mindset was still slaved into the company. It's still with that mentality of working. Let me show you another way it happens. You free some slaves, but they still depended on the master. So the master could say, hey, you're free, but hey, I still got you bound. So hey, come work for me and I'm going to give you some money and I'm going to pay you pennies, but you're free, right? So that's how it was going in my mind, because I had broke free, but I was still working my business, what I knew how to do. Right? So what had happened was I started to build a different type of company. I told my friend, man, I told my guy, I said, look, if you want to have problems, the one company builds you two. And so I built it 2 different companies at the same time. One company was helping the other one to grow. So they both worked together, but they was building each other together. Okay. So that's where I come in. But the only reason why I told you that is because we was talking about, where were we at? Oh, building brand loyalty. right? So as I start to step outside of the company, because I'm pivoting now. Oh, she go. You all right, baby? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I got something for you. I got something for you. I got something for you. Oh, the TV. There you go, baby girl. All right, so here we go. We back. All right, so we're going back to building the brand loyalty. So we want to make sure that we building the brand loyalty, and it comes with the values. That's where I was at. Because as I started to build up outside of my company, I started to realize how to motivate the people that's working in the company without me being there is a totally different way to motivate them while me in the company. This is where the brand comes in. Because as I was building it, I was in the company, didn't understand the brand, didn't know why the franchise kept saying protect the brand, protect the brand, protect the brand. It was not only until I started to hover over my company and I realized, how do I get people incentivized to do better inside of the company? I start talking about the company as a brand. Don't talk about it like it's my company, because see, a lot of times some of the people that we work with may be family, friends, or it may be people that we don't know. But either way, when we start working with people, sometimes people could get to thinking they do you a favor. Hey, go do that building. I'm not doing the building for him. No, wait a minute. No, it's for the brand. We're doing this for the brand. That changed the whole mindset of my whole team when I started to push more of the brand than pushing more of the company. And that's why I didn't know when I was in the building. See, I didn't know that. I know something about, I think I got something. I ain't gonna start charging or nothing like that because I don't know. But I know that they said something about, I don't know about turning it on, something about some super chats or something, but I ain't gonna do all that yet. I don't even know what it is, right? I just not got I unlocked something while I was doing my YouTube live and stuff. I unlocked some, got an email, and they said you unlocked this part and you got this other thing, right? So I could do some chats or super chats or something. So I know what it is. I've seen people get them, but hey, I'm gonna see what it's about. Again, another stream of income of what you're already doing. Okay. So as I was going into it to build the loyalty of the brand, I started to go in to get people to think about the brand. I think I got you. Here it comes. Got you. Red baby. We got one more. Right there, we got about 5 more minutes. Oh, my little twinkster, she wants to sit back here. Oh, granddaddy gone. So I'm gonna tell y'all this. Hey, look, I'm gonna I can't put it on her nose like this. I'm gonna see if I can do her with in my stomach. I'm behind my stomach, in my lap right here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's like your face dog. I can't have you on TV with your nose all running and stuff. I'm gonna say, what type of stuff? What type of granddad is you? Got your people on here like this. All right, come on, let's go. See if I can get a couple more here. Your thing. All right, let's see if we can do a little bit more before we go. All right, let me see. We got get yourself cock, grandbaby. You gonna be on your first last twinks. All right, so it's my grandbaby, first grandbaby. Hey, all right, cool. Let's get on back into it. All right, so we talk about brand loyalty, right? So let me see what super gems. I appreciate that, my guy. I appreciate you checking in. All right, hopefully the grandbaby let us do this together. Y'all that fathers know I'm about fatherhood. I got 3 boys. I didn't get a girl, grandbaby here. Hey, it's my world. So All right, but let's go into success cleaning brands, right? So we know that a lot of times we have those franchise people, Janet King, Janet Pro, Anna Go. It's a lot of them, right? There are brands that people call to. A lot of times I'm going to try to get these or looking to get these bigger contracts, and I'm not getting them because they're going with the bigger brands. Now they don't mind if the bigger brands are charging them more. You know why? Because they feel that the bigger brands can handle the amount of work that they have. Right? I was looking for a mall, and they had one of the big franchise doing it. And I was talking to the corporate office, and the corporate office didn't think that I could do it. He just basically said he said he felt comfortable dealing with the other brand. And so I was like, you know what? As I started looking at my website, as I started looking at my proposal, how I sent my proposal in, as I started to evaluate my company from internally, mentally, internally, me, where I want, I knew that if I had got that building, it would have been some issues. My staffing is not right. It would have been a lot of different things that would have happened. And I knew that when he was telling me that I had to take a good self-evaluation, and that's exactly what I did. And I stepped it up, right? I stepped it up. Hey, all right, you ready? Oh, okay. She on my live. Yeah, she on live. And my son. Come here, son. You on live? I just talk about my son. There he is. Son back there on the live, man. He out there handling business. You can have it. Let me go on it. Take a daddy. All right, cool. Now that's what I do it for. That's the whole thing right there. See, it's about leaving a legacy. See, the whole purpose of this whole brand building, this whole legacy leaving, the whole loyalty, the whole shebang, the ascent, had to putting the spirit of God into it, all of that whole thing comes for the legacy that you want to leave. See, the Bible says, and I don't like to always go it this way like that because I'm not one of those type of people, but it says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. And when I was in my time of chaos, well, it was chaos outside, but I was peaceful inside. When I was in my time of nurturing with God, when I was in my time of solitude or the dark place, so I like to say, I was tapping into that light that was inside of me. And what he said was, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. Now I started to delve deeper into that, and I realized it's mentality, not money. Yeah, you leave some finances, you do that, but this mentality, when you learn train a child up in the way that he should grow, and when they should get older, they would not depart far from it. So as I start to learn this entrepreneur stuff, if I start to learn this type of stuff, I deposit it in my children on a daily basis regularly. They hear me talking about 15, 20, 30,000 easy, $100,000, $500,000 a year. They hear me talking $250,000 quarter. I mean, they hear them numbers, because the thing is, how they gonna get to them if they don't hear them in the household? All right. Now, we weren't talking about that, but that's the brand that I'm building as my family brand. Now we can get to that too. So your brand is not just for your business. What brand are you laying down in the world? What brand are you building for yourself? One of the things that I did actually to start my passion is get yourself some of the things that I say. Let me take this, give me a little water, because I get excited sometimes too. Though. All right, I'm gonna say something. Let me say something real quick. Following me is gonna take action, okay? Wishing ain't doing enough. So as I'm talking, I'm gonna give you things that you want you to do, and I want you to try them out. I mean, I want you to do them. I want you to go in. I'm expecting somebody to do. Yes, I'm crazy enough to expect the people that I ain't never met that listen to me to do some of the things that I'm saying. I do, because this is the thing. Because it helped me. Like it really did. Now this is what I want you to do. Now take your time one day and get you early in the morning, afternoon. Take you about 5 minutes. Say, man, you know what? I got 5 minutes for me. I got 5 minutes for me, and write down everything that you want people to say when you're dead. I know it. Kind of crazy. Where you come from with that, Wade? Well, what do you want? Now, see, what do you want? Why do you want to think about death, Wade, and we talking about life? Tell you something. Once you start with the end in mind, you start to live today better than tomorrow. I mean, better for tomorrow. And I mean that because when you start to think about what I want my son to say, what I want my daughter to say, what I want my wife to say, what I want my husband to say. If I pass away, what would I want my auntie them to say? You know what I mean? What would I want my children them to say? What would I want my grandbaby to say? And I wrote that down. I would want them to say, I'm this person, I'm this. And then I start to be like that. I start to be like that. Because see, if that's what you want them to say, that's what you have inside of you. And that's what you want them to see outside of you. I know we're talking about brand building, but it starts with you. You the brand. When you build yourself mentally, It's mentality, not money. You get yourself mentally, and then you start to attract the financial wealth that you're looking for. Now, am I the most wealthiest guy in the world? By far, I'm not. But what I do know is the wealth mindset, because I've attracted wealth in many different ways. Now, financially free to me is being able to have enough money over your bills. So if you have $5,000 worth of bills and you're making $5,500 a month without working, you're financially free. To me, that's what I think financially free is. Now, you can go in to get to the wealthy stages where you can go travel and do all them other things and stuff like that when your investments start to pop off, and that's fine. We move into that. But for me, I've tasted financial freedom for a while until 2020 kind of took it away from me. But again, I didn't know where I was at when I was there, right? I didn't know where I was when I was there. I was inside of another brand. I wasn't inside of my own. All right. So let me get on back to my notes that I got here so we can round this thing on up. My dad is here now, so I'm a little bit more comfortable. Oh, every time, let me say, most of the times when I get off of my script or whatever, my outline, I get back to it and I'm right on point. All right. So the last thing I wanted to talk about pretty much is the lessons that I learned about branding, man. The lessons that I learned about branding, and I think I talked throughout the lessons throughout the whole time. I talked my lessons throughout my live, and one of the biggest lessons that I learned about branding is make sure, man, have your team building on the brand. That was the single most thing about brand that changed the trajectory of my company. And I'm talking about internally. I'm not just talking about how it changed it. I see some things working. I'm talking about the feel. Something felt different in the company. It was a feeling that wasn't ever felt before in my company. And I built the company because now I stepped out and I wanted other people to feel what I felt when I was in it. And so that came from building the brand, having them attached to the brand. And since I was working with diverse age ranges, I started to connect the brand to Jordans. See, a lot of times, and my son is involved, so a lot of times to get him to connect, you have to connect him with what he connected to. How many times you put them breads or them Jordans on your wall? What did you do about the brand? Man, you go in there, Dad, you don't clean your shoes. Man, I'm working. Man, you gotta protect them Jordans, Dad. What? Oh, okay. All right. But you ain't got to protect the Reeboks and the Nike. Oh, and it's a Jordan. So it's the brand, right? Oh, yeah. Okay. So we know how to protect the brand then, right? Oh, okay. Changed everything. Even the older people got changed by that. Because see, when you have a team, you have a dynamic, right? You have the young and the older crowd. Older people on the team want to see the younger people take over. The younger people, they don't want to overstep the older people. But everybody works together to make sure it works, right? But once you get something going and the whole team connects on it, that's a whole different feeling inside the company. That's like, wow, it's like a weight lifted off, like a dark cloud just lift off for you. I don't know if I can explain it the right way, but man, that's just how I feel. So as y'all start to step up in your company and start to put people in positions and start to test your systems out and start to hold your meetings and stuff and start to put your VAs in place. If you need some help with VAs, man, message me, WadeGlobalAssist.com. We have virtual assistant for your cleaning company and personal brand building. Very affluent English, and man, it's just been helping me grow my companies, man. It's actually what I actually hold on to. I loved it so much that I started to focus more mainly on that. And again, the reason that being is because my second son, he's more analytical with me. And so if I could get that focusing on the cleaning company and my other son running the cleaning company, my other son, you know what I mean? Then they love working together, but they just work together on a different level. So it's working. My second son is he's pedal paddling inside of W.A.D.E Global. He's getting more into it. But I can see the attraction he has to it. And man, it's just amazing, man. So anybody got some questions in here? We can chime in. I got a couple people on here. If you want to talk, we can talk. Ask any questions you want to ask. I like to get some interactive. I don't want to just talk to you, talk at you. I want to be able to communicate. We can have a communication level. Um, I see my guy says super gems and stuff like that. But do we have anybody else that want to chime in? I would like to know who's here, but I can't see. Um, I know some people be chiming in, and people be hitting me up and texting me or message me on my DM like they watched it and they got involved. And to me, again, man, I think this is so, for me, it's a humbling feeling. It's amazing because dude, we got a platform to actually empower other people. Now, if that's for you, if that's what you like, oh, that's amazing. Right? That's amazing. But if you're not that person, then that's not for you. But man, for me, just to be able to sit at home and be able to tell people my journey, how I lost, how I won, and what actually helped me when I lost. Because the losses are lessons. I don't really use my losses the same way, right? I don't really look at my losses the same way, honestly. I came from a place where the losses was the best thing that happened to me. Right? I told people, man, being in prison was the best thing that happened to me because it gave me time to change my mind. It gave me time to sit down. I got away from the people that I thought was there for me. Man, I wouldn't have never been able to change. Well, I wouldn't say never, but I wouldn't have changed the way it was because too many people had influence. Some of us, man, I'm gonna hold up. Now I done got over the brand. Let me go on and jump into something before I get down real quick. Some of us got too many people around and they sway us. I know we all think that we our own person and we run our own life and we doing this, but I'm gonna tell you something. The truth be told, people around you when they talk to you, they can sway you to a certain way. And the reason why I know is because when I was away, I didn't care about those people around me. I was by myself with around total strangers, and I could be anything that I wanted to be. And I created myself to be a businessman without having any business. And now I got three of them. Now, I did that from a perspective of not being around no one that I knew, and from a perspective of everybody around me telling me I couldn't do it or I wasn't going to do it. And limited resources at that. Limited resources. But I had determination in God, and everything that I put into it came out like I liked it, but more. Because, see, that's what happened, man. When I take one step, he take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then he just keep on going. But you just have to learn how to be grateful in all things, man. When you're inside of them murky situations, be grateful. When you're inside them hot situations, be grateful. When you're inside and you losing your money, be grateful. When I lost that $12,500 deal, I was grateful. When I lost the $25,000 a month deal, I was scared. It's a big message in that. It was a big message in that. Because when I said when I lost a $12,500 deal, I was grateful because I was grateful because I could actually make. I was in a different mindset at that time. I was around some people. I lost that business, but I was actually learning that I could go into post construction because those deals. If I could lose $12,500 and still make it through, pay the bills and pay my payroll and stuff, still, I want to do more of those deals. Give me those deals. And that's how I was. Because I was grateful that I could actually lose it and keep going. But when I lost a $25,000 a month deal, I was scared because I had so much going on. I didn't know how I was gonna make it. That shook me. It was 2022, not 2022, 2020, COVID. Man, dude, I didn't know. And then it was my franchise feeding me. They were spoon feeding me. So and they spoon feed me. Then they put me on a 3-month suspension because I lost the contract because I lost the contract because they were bringing it in house. I didn't have no control of them bringing it in house. They made up reasons why they didn't want us to clean. We couldn't actually figure it out. We couldn't fix it. So the contract was to the franchise. It was $25,000 a month. My whole livelihood. Well, I was making about more than that. That was just one of my contracts. I had a lot more of them. But what I'm saying is that was a big dip. And when there was a big dip, what I had to do was I feared. I started drinking. I started sitting there, and I was drinking so much I didn't even know I was drinking that much. Does that make sense? I'm looking at my people like, man, why y'all didn't tell me? Dad, we tried to tell you. Yeah, I ain't said nothing. I didn't even know I was going through what I was going through. But guess what I did? I made everything still happen. I made it still happen, though. I made it still happen. Now, I say that to say this. I didn't even realize that I was in fear. I was in fear. A lot of things happened in my life in that time that a lot of people went away, and at that time was kind of rough for me because I didn't know what to do. You lose $25,000 a month, and I'm depending on my franchise. I didn't know how to sell. I didn't know how to market. I didn't know none of that. I didn't know none of that. They always call me and say, "Hey Wade, you want this? Hey Wade, you want this? Hey Wade, you want this?" And I'm like Johnny Do Good. I'm saying, "Yeah, give it to us." You hear me? Us. See, one thing I tell people all the time, when you in business, don't say I. I know a lot of young business owners say, man, I could do it, I could do it, I could do it, because I could do it. No, and the business is we. We got that. See, what I know about the company is this. When I went and told my franchise, it was I, but I said we. I told him from the perspective of me, myself, and I, so I wouldn't lie. Because I got to be truthful when I speak, right? Because that's what I do. If I feel like I'm lying, I can't say it. That's just myself, my own thing in most aspects, okay? In most aspects. All right. So That's a level of integrity. So for me, I have to make it serious, right? So me, myself, and I, we got this, right? So some of the times I'm getting dumped building. Man, he gave me 17 banks at one time. I was just fresh into the game. I got them done. I started putting people in buildings. I'm knocking out 8 or 9 of them in a week. I'm knocking out 12, 17 buildings in one day. I'm knocking them down. I'm taking people in there. We going. I got my backpack vacuum. I done got the one. I spend the one with the cordless. I got me an extra battery. Charge them both up in the morning. Put them in my truck. Man, when I'm coming out, man, I'm going in. You know what I mean? When I'm coming out, man, I'm going in all day, every day. Slept maybe 4, 5 hours when I was in my franchise. Maybe sometime I sleep 2, get back up, sleep 2. You know what I mean? And 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And that's how the grind was for me. You know what I mean? But what I was saying, the reason why I said that was what was my last statement about the branding, building the brand? Oh, talking about and I don't even know. I just went on a tangent. But I do know this. Build your brand. Build your brand. Let me go into some of these comments right here. Lewis, I see you checking in, baby. I see you checking in, my guy. All right, preach, brother Wade. They said, I feel you, bro. Okay, I feel you. All right, you feeling me somewhere? All right, us, not I. Facts. It got to be a us, not I, man. And who want an I? Man, come on, man. You gonna run out. If I got a boatload of buildings, I'm not calling an I. I'm calling it y'all. Y'all can get this, man. Come on, let's go. Let's go. I'm not calling an I. Why? Why I call I? No, that's a lie. We gonna go with us because we got a bus and we finna go get that thing and take it to the trust. You know what I mean? But no, but just man, I see some folks chiming in, man. I got a couple people chiming in, watching this, man. I appreciate that. LOL, man. Hey, you know, it's comical. I like to keep things live, man, for real. When you tune into my live, you're gonna get some gems, you're gonna get some energy, and you're gonna get some passion, regardless. I don't care what I do, it's gonna be passion involved. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. For what? I ain't got number one life to live, and I'm gonna do something that don't have no passion in doing. And you can do anything you want to do in this world. We tell our kids we can do anything, they can do anything they want to do, and somewhere we forgot. That's a whole nother topic. I ain't gonna get on that, but that was a mindset change that I had to do. See, a lot of the things I talk about, I was in a confinement situation and I had to rebuild my own mind. I had to go in and study, how do I become different? How do I stop thinking the way that I was thinking? How do I know that the neurons that fire together wire together? And what does that actually mean? Why does when somebody say, I think of somebody coughing and I say, hey, let me get some Halls, right? I heard a cough, you might need a cough drop, right? How does that happen? I needed to understand why. Because if I understood that, then I can reprogram myself. And that's what I had to do. I had to get around people that were using different words. First thing first is, and I'm going to speak this fast because this ain't the topic. First thing first is get around people that using different words. You want people that using different words and nouns and verbs. And the reason why I say that is because the words is programming your mind. Again, I said I'm going to speak it fast so you can hear it. Now, if you need to understand it, you can rewind it because I want to let you know that I know it. All right? Now, this is the thing. You want to get around people that got different words because the different words is not nouns and verbs, but actually change the way you see your life. And because the same way you see your life is how you hear it. I'm going to tell you how I know that, because this is the fact. When you say, I think I can, versus I know I can, something happens inside your mind. So when I went into the situation that I was going to, I knew I already had the success that I wanted. Now, have I got to the destination that I want to get to? I haven't got there yet, but I already know that I'm going to arrive. So I walk today like I already have it tomorrow. All right. So I'm just throwing off the top of the head, but I tell you this. All right. So this is what I do, right? This is what I do on a regular basis. When people around me, they listen to me, they love being around me, they like to hear what I say, because there's no telling what comes out of my mouth, because I'm in this. I'm in the zone. Like I live and breathe this thing. Like I studied and I read books. I wrote books. I didn't have the money to buy books, so I wrote the book because I didn't have it to buy it, and I wrote it word for word on my bunk with some headphones on. What else I was going to do? I reprogrammed myself, right? The same way you program a computer. You program your mind. And see, what some of y'all are programming your mind is with power and all them other stuff, you know. And I know you're gonna say, yeah, I watch too much TV, but you're still gonna watch it. Watch it. Some of the people that I talk to that won't coach and that won't help, guess what they tell me? I know I waste a lot of time. I know you ain't the person for me. Because I know If you know you waste a lot of time and you want something more and you don't do nothing else, come on, man. Who is you fooling? These folks, when I was in the penitentiary, man, and I'm gonna talk real straight right now. When I was in the penitentiary, man, I seen folks playing cards, chess, dominoes, reading little books. They were doing all types of things. And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, they're not trying to better themselves. And in their mind, they done gave up hope. They wait till they get out. They on a layover. They chilling till they get back out to the free world. And so they speak. But me, I'm in a cocoon. See, when a butterfly comes out, it's not what it was when it went in. It goes in the caterpillar, comes out, a butterfly, and be able to fly further and faster than what a caterpillar does because it's running, kind of slow. So for me, that's what I went in doing. Now, again, that was a part of my brand. That was a part of who I was. I was developing me. I was developing what I want. So some of the people that I know, they don't want to do what they need to do to get to the next level. I talk to them, I coach them, and we sit down and we talk, and they say, hey, man, I know I watch a lot of TV. One of the things I'm going to tell you, if you coach with me or if you around me, period, TV going to have to go. I say that first. And then most people, I don't watch a lot of TV. Now, what is a lot, though? That's the first thing. What is a lot? What is a lot? A lot to you is a lot. Man, I've never seen power. And you don't know what you're missing. Okay. I'm on. I got kids to feed, man. And I ain't talking about mine. See, another thing I think that the people do, they too shallow. They think about me too much. Remember I said I, me, my. I'll get that out the way. My kids, my family, me, my, I. No, we. We gotta eat. We gotta eat. So guess what? If it's we, then it's them. I gotta feed them. Who is them? Whoever. So mine gonna be taken care of if I feed them. See, focusing on them gets mine together. Focusing on me keeps me broke. Wishing I ain't doing enough.